kept secret.
The best kept secret of premium pricing. Most people don't get it. I mean, I think it's all about going from, say, this is a good example. Say you're selling your kitchens at 4K and you want to sell them at 7. How do you do it? Well, you can jump straight to 7, and I would recommend you do if you've got the balls to do it, but you probably feel uncomfortable. So here's what you do. Increase by 10%. I'm guessing on the margins most kitchen fitters are working out at, that's going to increase your profits by about anything from 40 to 50 to 60%, because your margins are going to be small, I guess, for most people. And then after you've done maybe 3 or 4 kitchens, maybe do this every month. All right, maybe do this every month or every couple of weeks. When you've done a load of kitchens and you've had no price resistance, just like Connor increasing his prices, do it again and keep ratcheting the price up. And eventually you will get to a point, and this is like doing anything else. So don't improve the experience. I'd strongly suggest you sell to better people as soon as you can, because you'll just have a better experience. But you don't, I mean, if you didn't do that, just increasing your prices will actually ensure some of that anyway, because the crappier people will just drop out. But what you'll find is you'll better increase your prices and do nothing else except increase your prices for some good while, maybe 3 or 4 times, maybe adding, 10%, 10%, 10%. I mean, I can't do the compound interest thing in my head when I'm talking, but you will increase your prices until you get to a point where you will start getting some resistance, natural resistance. Now, that's when you'd start doing things like really focusing on a better client, really focusing on improving the experience. But for most people, it's just a case of increase your price, increase your price, increase your price until you get resistance. And when you get resistance, you've got a choice. You can either do those other things, improve the experience, improve the quality of your buyer, or you can just drop your price back to where it was before you started getting resistance and trundle on then for a little while, and just while you get your bearings and enjoy the extra money, a lot of extra money. It's called the price ratchet, and it works. I mean, they're not. You proved it yourself. You done with price distance. Mm-hmm. That is a good example of the price ratchet.
Doubled it and doubled it.
Yeah.
It was silly.
I would say most people listening to this, not everyone, so please, if it's not you, I'm not interested. I would say most people, though, at least half, that's a conservative guess, could probably double their prices and not get too much resistance.
Not to the point where it becomes a major business issue. They'll be making more money without a doubt.
Because go on. All right. As I showed in last week's training with that graph.
Yes.
If you increase your prices by 10% on a 35% markup, you can afford to lose something like 30% of your sales, 40% of your sales without losing income. And I did a graph of percentage of volume sales, and then your price increase. And you increase your price by something like 50%, you can lose a massive amount of your traffic, your sales, and still make the same amount of money. It's ridiculous by increasing your prices, that is. So you can increase your price by, say, 20%. You lose maybe 30% volume, 50% volume of sales, and still make more money and make the same money. It's ridiculous. The numbers, they're not intuitive at all.
And life becomes so much easier. You can get rid of the fucking staff that most business owners I speak to seem to fucking hate. They can rattle off fucking 80% of their workforce that they just want to get rid of, but they can't. You have less vans to service, less tools to replace, less everything, and you're making the same, if not more money.
Yeah, there's nothing not to love about this. Give you an example from years ago, probably 13, 14 years ago now. And it's nothing to do with the trades, but it doesn't matter. It's the same for any business, pretty much. Because they'll all have this kind of profile somewhere. It was a guy who was, of all things, he was selling these cast iron like dinky toy type things, but the more expensive ones online. Yeah, that's what he was doing. And he had a shop.
Dinky toy.
Dinky toy? What's a dinky? Oh, fucking hell. A dinky was a make of toy, like Tonka. You know a Tonka toy?
Yeah.
But it's Tonka's like the big trucks and things. They used to be made of metal.
Yeah.
Dinky was a little bit like that, but it was a small car with the fast wheel.
Okay.
Like Matchbox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it.
And he was selling. So he was selling these model cars to Singapore and places all around the world. And he looked at his numbers and he realised what it all came down to was the sales he made from his shop in Nottingham counted for only 10% of his income, and 90% of his income was online. And most of that, 80% of that, 90% was to Singapore. And I said to him, why on earth have you got this shop? You're spending 5 days a week. So it's actually 6. Okay, so you're spending 6 days a week in your shop, working on your computer, waiting for the door to open, and selling 90% of your stuff all around the world. Why don't you just do it out of your dad's bedroom or garage, or rent an office and do away with the shop, which was expensive because it was a shopping centre? And he said, can I do that? Well, who's going to stop you? And I said, yeah. I said to him, let me ask you another question. And I said, are you prepared to lose 10% of your income in return for getting back at least 5 days of your week and getting rid of that office? He said, yeah, of course I am. Well, there you go. That's how you do it. And he did it. Now, that's an extreme example, and that won't apply to everyone, but the principles will apply to everyone. We have all got these fucking 80-20 points in our business. Yep. And we can say, oh, I ain't doing that. Fucking hell. You know, even the website designer I worked with 13 years ago, I said to him, get rid of all these shitty clients that are on £500 a month, £500 a year retainer, get rid of them all, legacy clients, and focus on the new high quality business. Can I do that? Yeah, of course you can.